If you've ever seen a Nuzlocke before, you probably know that they can ramp up the difficulty of a Pokemon game significantly. Well, tell that to pass me because in 2022, I decided, hey, you know what would be a really good idea? Why don't I do my first ever Nuzlocke in Brilliant Diamond? What could possibly go wrong? No! No!
Don't die.
No! Let's just say the consequences of my actions finally caught up to me. So there I was, 6 gym badges down, but 2 still to go, and the Elite Four Battle of the Ages. I knew that if I was gonna win this thing, I needed to buckle down and start grinding, because this was gonna be difficult. And with 2 of my original Pokemon gone, I wasn't gonna stop until I won.
Holy shit, my guy's absolutely just wilding.
So there I was, standing in the Steel-type gym with my new gym badge, and 2 of my best Pokemon dead on the ground. This was heartbreaking. So I thought to myself, there was only one thing right to do.
Farewell, boys.
We salute them. Thank you for their sacrifice for the team.
Alpha. Rocket. I really thought I was gonna make it through this video without losing more mons.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
sorry that it had to be you guys. You will be missed. Can I get a pog in chat for our boys?
This gym was a turning point for me. If I was gonna finish this run, I needed to learn from my mistakes. I couldn't afford to be reckless anymore. So with my team down to Fish, Shawshank, and Seabat, I was going to need to catch more Pokemon to help the big 3. So I set out to the Grand Underground, encountering a Houndoom there and naming him Fireball. Lucky was also going to need a lot of training if I was going to get him to become a Lucario. And with Alpha gone, I needed that spot filled. So I set off into the tall grass until...
Oh god, oh god, no, 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 no!
No! I hate Mr. Mime. This was bad, but what was worse was my options to replace Lucky were limited. So he's back. At this point, I had enough of training for a while. So I went to the library to catch up with the crew, only to be interrupted by actual terrorist events. So from there, I headed off to Lake Valor to face off against Saturn. I had planned for his first Pokemon, Kadabra, by sending out Fireball. But when he withdrew Kadabra for Toxicroak, I had to change strategy. So I threw Annoying into the field. And surprisingly, he did really well.
Okay, actually, he's kind of goated, not gonna lie.
With Toxicroak out of the way, I sent back out Fireball to finish Saturn, thankfully making it through the fight unscathed. Lake Verity was also a similar situation, so I helped out the Professor and Dawn by quickly defeating Mars again. And with that, our problems were solved. Oh wait, Barry. Oh, Barry! And so after forgetting yet another HM, because apparently it's a scavenger hunt for these, I was on my way to Snowpoint City.
Holy shit, my guy's absolutely just fucking wilding.
I even picked up a Medicham named... Okay, yeah, I mean, come on. It had to be. Regardless, I pushed through the blizzard and made it to Snowpoint City, picking up a couple potions and even a few TMs, before finally facing off against Candace in the 7th gym, which I'm honestly surprised I didn't make more jokes about. Like, it's right there.
We've trained hard for this. We've got a battle plan. We've got backups. Let's fucking get this.
I was determined not to lose anyone. So for her first 2 Pokemon, I let Fireball do most of the work. When her Medicham came out, I decided that maybe Annoying should have another go at this.
Annoying, this is your chance.
I had him set up Light Screen before finishing the job with Dazzling Gleam.
Annoying, you're less annoying than normal.
And I gotta give credit where credit is due. He was pulling his own weight. But while her ace was coming into play, I forgot to switch Pokemon.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad, chat. This is bad. This is very bad.
I tried to stay calm and set up Reflect. With it in place, I switched back to Thick and hit Obama Snow with a Drain Punch, which seemed to be working. But those blizzards were not making this fight easy, and Light Screen had worn off. My plan was to heal stall, but when that next blizzard hit Thick...
Just gonna use Blizzard again. Okay.
There goes another one. I needed protection to survive, so I sent back out Annoying, setting up a Light Screen and just trading punches with the Abomasnow. And then, he missed. I took the opportunity to send out one more punch, and...
Come on, land it, land it, land it! Yes! Yes!
Annoying had done it. We had our differences, but in the end, we overcame. And now, we had one gym left. I quickly paid respects to Thick as I then dove into the Grand Underground once again. This time, picking up my own Snover and calling him Obama. 'Cause it's funny. It was at this time that I remembered that Barry existed and that he probably needed our help. So showing up fashionably late, we talk about our feelings before I finally head off to Veilstone to finish off Team Galactic. Now, I'll be completely honest, I got lost. For the life of me, I could not remember the layout of this place. So while I stumbled around like an idiot, I just kind of went on some weird tangents.
Key, yes. I love Key. Little baby man. Ew, there's piss water. Who is peeing all over Team Galactic? That's what I want to know. Why are we in a break room? Who said yes, we should put a break room just right here for shits and giggles. And to put boxes in front of, bro. Who is building Team Galactic's base?
You know what? I actually still stand by that last statement. Continuing down the convoluted hallways once again, I bump into Cyrus, who still is refusing therapy. So I make quick work of his team with Fireball and Shawshank. He then tells me about how he's abandoned all emotions and that he's not crying, I'm crying. He then gives us the Master Ball. So I head down the hallway featured in Mewtwo Strikes Back to let the Lake Guardians free after beating up Saturn. Oh, and Seabat sweeps, so we had to, I'm not explaining this one, okay? You get the joke. So after forgetting yet another goddamn HM, I was on my way to Mount Coronet to get the Spear Pillar. With my timing not being the best cause, oh look, they summoned Dialga. Before I could stop Cyrus, Mars and Jupiter intervened. This was gonna be a tough fight. I was gonna have to face off against Skunk Tank and Purugly. Ha, just kidding. Barry took all the hits from me. And with a very poetic sweep by Seabat, I was able to defeat Jupiter and Mars. With some help from the Lake Trio, Dialga was freed, which only pissed off the guy who says he's abandoned all emotion. Yeah, anger still counts. So who better to take out his rage on than a child?
Hey man,
This game is rated E, by the way. Cyrus wasn't backing down, but neither was I. This was one of those fights where the entire team played a vital part. Fireball, Seabat, Obama, even Annoying helped out. And when it came down to it, Shawshank landed the final blow. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah! And so after panicking a little bit, I took 5 seconds to take a breather. With Team Galactic defeated, there was only one obstacle left. Dialga himself.
yeah, this is, yeah, we got him. Epic.
I'm sorry, did I say obstacle? I meant the easiest part of the run. With Dialga placed nice and snug into my PC, surely I was ready to take on the last gym and then the Elite Four. Well, not exactly. After this stream, I kind of took a break from the Nuzlocke altogether. I got caught up with distractions and other things that made me put it to the side. I'll be honest, 2023 was not my best year. And the one time I did pick up the Nuzlocke again, I lost Annoying in the process. Needless to say, I wasn't keen on coming back. Until over the summer, I felt that itch again. I began thinking to myself, well, I was so close to the end anyway, might as well wrap it up. Even if it ended in failure, I still learned a lot. So I strapped in and headed to the final gym in Sunny Shore. When facing off against Volkner, I had two advantages. One being my coach, Kevin, and the other being Whoop, which surprisingly I haven't introduced her yet. So, yeah, meet Whoop. So after some puzzle solving, it was finally time to take on Volkner. Whoop led the charge by taking out Raichu quickly with an Earthquake. I then sent out Shawshank to deal with Ambipom. I'll use a full restore, you bitch. Of course you would. Who refused to go down. Thankfully, the same can't be said about Volkner's Octillery. And with one Pokemon to go, my coach had an idea.
Here's what you're gonna do. Switch into Fish.
I was going to send out Gyarados to not only bait a move, but also to activate Intimidate on Volkner's Luxray. Once that was done, Whoop came in to finish up the job.
I need to touch grass. That's what I need to do.
Alright, we got this. We did it. Oh my god, that was so stressful, dude. I was on the edge of my seat the entire goddamn time. I had collected all 8 gym badges, and with Jasmine giving us Waterfall, we could move on to Victory Road before finally facing Barry one last time. It was kind of a boring fight though. I just kind of tore through his whole team. I was expecting more from you, Barry. Once that battle was complete, the end was in sight. All that was in my way of completing this Nuzlocke was the Elite Four and one of the strongest trainers of all time. So naturally, it was team building time. After consulting with my coaches, we came up with a solid strategy. I was going to add 3 new members to the team. A Bronzor named Discord, a Gibble named after the ITBOY himself, and a Cleffa named Marsbar. And from the existing team, Fireball, Fish, and of course, Seabat made it to the final group. This team was perfect. Except it didn't have Shawshank. While doing the planning, we realized that Shawshank was probably better off being benched, which broke my heart. He was one of the big 3, and I was putting him off to the side? It felt sacrilegious, like I was firing one of my best players, but the battle ahead was gonna be tough, and so I needed to make tough decisions. And so Shawshank was retired. Even though he didn't get to see the end, at least he lived the run. So after saying our goodbyes, it was finally time to finish our training for the Elite Four. And oh my god, why did this take so long? Now, if you've ever played a Pokemon game, you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, dude, that's pretty typical before you go against the Elite Four. You kind of have to do a bit of training. But here's the thing. It wasn't the training that took long. No, my friends. It was finding a goddamn Moonstone. And in Brilliant Diamond, the best way to find one is to use the mining mechanics in the Grand Underground. Except the spawn rate for them is extremely low. So I ended up spending literal hours trying to find one thing just to evolve Clefairy into Clefable. And when I say the run took 50 hours to complete, right? 20 of them were to find this thing. 40% of the run was mining. At one point, I was so pissed, I almost just said, fuck it, I'm going in anyway. And the worst part is, I didn't even find it on stream. I just came across it casually one night. So yeah, fuck this thing. After finally getting a Moonstone and just abusing the move tutor, it was time to take on the Elite Four. Oh, gang, I'm not looking forward to the next hour. Even with my coaches at my side, I was nervous. My first challenger was going to be Aaron, who primarily used Bug-type Pokemon. So for most of the fight, I switched between Seabat and Fireball. And when Aaron's Ace Drapion came into play, I let a fully evolved Baby No Money take charge. The team was working great together. And so, I thought it was time for a little celebration. Seabat won. You know what that means. He won, chat. You know what that means? Yeah. It's been so long. We haven't done one of these in fucking months. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Goofy moments like this was the only way I was going to beat the Elite Four with my sanity intact. So moving forward, Bertha was up next, who specialized in ground types. For this fight, Discord and Fish were my heavy hitters, while also being tanks cause damn they took some hits. Afterwards, it was time to face Flint, who for being the fire type guy, really doesn't have fire types. Now this battle was unique, because unlike the rest of the Elite Four, my coaches weren't going to help me.
I think I can get this next one. I feel like this next one's pretty easy. I think let me cook.
And so, I began to strategize. And while I was doing that,
Okay.
Sorry, you want to start doing side bets?
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, they started doing bets. Fish was up first, somehow avoiding a hypnosis and one-hit KOing his Rapidash. However, the next Pokemon Flint sent in was Steelix. Immediately, panic started setting in as I was remembering the 6th gym, but that panic quickly turned into an idea as I found out he had no ground type moves, and so I chose to send out Fireball, hitting him with a flamethrower and completely knocking Steelix off the board. The fight continued as normal until Drift Bloom was sent out. Fish was hit multiple times by Will-O-Wisp, and yet he healed his own burns twice. I guess Flint got fed up, because then Baton Pass occurred and Infernape was up to bat. Once again, Baby No Money used an Earthquake and destroyed. With only Drift Bloom left, Fish hit another Ice Fangs and the fight was over. Yes! Deathless!
Read it and weep, Kevin. I was so happy for you realizing that Steelix had no ground type moves, so you could send out your fire type. I was hella proud of you for that one, man.
Thank you. And so last but not least, it was time to face Lucian. And yet with 50 hours of training under my belt, nothing could have prepared me for what was next. Off the bat, Lucian taunted me with a face from the past, who unfortunately took multiple hits before going down. Metachan was up next, so I sent out Marsbar to give him a go. Lucian continued the teasing until Mars was finally able to avoid an attack and land a super effective hit. And then, his Alakazam came into play, immediately setting up a nasty plot and a future sight putting us on a timer. I sent out Fireball to hit a crunch, but Lucian used a full restore and Alakazam used a shockwave to kill Fireball. I was on borrowed time, and with that future sight incoming, my coaches broke some news to me.
We're probably gonna have to sack something, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Tailwind, sack, Crobat.
We are not sacking anybody.
Zicron, I hate to break it to you. This is the Nuzlocke way.
That we are not. No, I fucking refuse. No one is dying out. No one else is dying today.
I kept asking if there was any other way to beat Alakazam, but setting up that Tailwind was the only way we were gonna do it. And then...
07. You do realize if it lives on friendship, we can't switch out?
Lucian killed Seabat. I was devastated. This was a Pokemon I grew to love. And while he was played for bits often, Seabat never let down. So sacrificing him was the hardest decision I had to make. But I refused to let Lucian get away with this. I sent out Baby No Money, landing a crunch on Alakazam and wiping it. I thought I could do the same with Girafarig, but the odds were not on my side. And with Future Sight incoming in the next turn, we had to make a plan. So I risked it all on Discord.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, he survived!
Yes! The GOAT!
I couldn't believe it. He lived. So I finished off Girafarig and hit one last crunch on Bronzong.
Yeah!
Oh, fuck me.
I had beat Lucian, and now... only one trainer stood in my way.
The music.
The music.
There she is.
Oh
I
god, we've made it this
So
far.
many. I got the chills.
They've made it
as soon as I
this
heard
far.
I'm
This
not
is
done
it.
playing.
It was do or die time. To take on Spiritomb, I had Marsbar use Cosmic Power. The strategy was to do this 6 times and then use stored power. And so one by one, Spiritomb, Roserade, Gastrodon, and Lucario fell. And yet Cynthia had a trick up her sleeve. Melodic would not come quietly, and so I pivoted to Discord, using Metal Sound to lower the special defense. I continued to heal stall for a while until I found the opportunity to bring back Marsbar. I built up Cosmic Power once more, and finally finished off Melodic with stored power.
Yeah.
We're good.
Alright.
Last
Here we
Pokemon,
go.
last one.
All that was left was Garchomp.
Oh god. Okay.
Alright. I Moonblast. We Moonblast here.
You're good. You're good. You're
You're
good.
gonna live.
You're
You're
good. You're
so
good.
fine.
You're good. You're good.
so
You're good.
fine.
Come on. Come on. Please. 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 Okay. Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
There we go.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh,
That's all
my
she
God.
wrote.
Come on.
It's Jover. It's Jover.
Come on.
It's over.
That's it.
Down she goes.
Down she goes.
Garchomp fell, and I was in tears. I had beat my Nuzlocke. I walked down the Hall of Fame, registered the team, and was just elated. After nearly 2 long years, the Nuzlocke was complete. Even with all the casualties along the way, it was worth it. It's said that sometimes the most difficult tasks in life are like rolling a boulder up a mountain. And while that boulder might be big and heavy, let me tell you, the view from the top, well, it's something else.